T. Gray and MK, you are now cleared for flight school takeoff.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, based on wherever you're coming in from. Welcome to Flight School. All right. Hey, everybody, look who's back on the flight deck. None other than your VP of Marketing, Mark Kidcart.
Good to be back.
We missed you, bro. We just missed you so much. Oh, he's back. We are complete once again.
The Tunicorns.
Tunicorns. I thought we were leaving that.
No.
We're not leaving that in 2019.
Never.
We're
bringing it on into 2020.
I guess the Tunicorns are still with us.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. We hope that you guys are doing great. Happy New Year,
Happy New
everybody.
Year.
Oh, man, it's so cool. Can you guys believe it? It's 2020. It's a whole new year and a whole new decade.
Yes.
Yes.
It's going to be the best decade ever.
Yes. What are you going to do, guys? What are you going to do this year? What are you going to do over the next 10 years? You have such an incredible opportunity. We have a blank slate. We can totally rock this thing together. Yes, absolutely.
Look at this. Look at this.
Chats are lit already. Just the hearts, the love. You see, you guys are on it. Yes. All right. And hey, looking at the numbers, want to encourage you guys. Today's training is really gonna be solid. You're gonna get some good stuff today. So you want to make sure you get your folks on. Go ahead and wake them up, get them out of bed, get them out of holiday mode, and get them onto this Facebook Live Saturday training, which, you know what, frankly, I love Flight School.
I do too.
Flight School every Saturday
Energizes me.
is bigger than some companies' conventions.
That's right. It's so cool.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, and it's an international event, so we just love you guys.
Why are you leaning away?
Huh?
Why are you leaning away from me?
I'm just trying to give you some space to get on. Like, you know, it's like if you look at the screen, you kind of cut it in half. I'm trying not to be on your half of the screen. We're trying to give you just a little more. You're trying to bump me out. I'm like holding on for dear life over here, man. He's coming back. He just comes back. And he's taking over. He's calling shots.
Yeah, man.
The boss is back, everybody.
You're crazy.
Hey, I try to be.
All
right.
Good.
Awesome. All right. So what do we need to do? We need to go ahead and jump right into this thing.
Yeah, let's get into this thing.
I know you got some stuff
do
for
these
us today.
slides.
I know you got some stuff for us.
Some slides.
Here you go. Slide it up, bro.
Let's slide it up.
Slide it up. Ooh, let's move that thing out of the way. It's in the middle of the. It's in the middle of the slides. It's just that whole control thing. Move out of the way. There you go.
All right.
Rock and roll, bro. Let's do it.
All
right. All right.
Okay. We're gonna jump right into
boom.
Oh,
what are we jumping into?
Not working. There.
Hey!
Hashtag good. Hashtag good. So there are probably some new folks that are on right now.
That's right.
And they're probably very frightened of you and I.
They were like,
because
what?
we came out of the gates hot.
They're like, these guys are lit. What is going on?
I apologize ahead of time, but we get a little crazy. So,
I was reading customer service chats.
Yeah.
And someone described us as screaming CEOs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Screaming?
Yeah.
Or streaming?
No, not streaming.
Screaming.
Screaming.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you're kind of loud on Saturdays.
Am I? Huh. Okay. So
they just didn't get it. It's okay.
Yeah.
They didn't get it.
All right. So some of our philosophies are based around giving back. So Ibüümerang, what is that all about? What does a boomerang do? You throw it out, it comes back.
That's right.
So when Ibüümerang, you throw out goodwill, and what comes back? Goodwill. So we are involved in actually, oh, hey, somebody's coming in.
Somebody's coming.
You guys never know. You never know who's going to show up to flight school.
Never know.
So I see somebody coming through the door right now onto the flight deck. Oh, okay. He's going back around. So anyways, you never know who's going to show up at flight school, but we've got several philosophies that we adhere to, that we have embedded into the culture here at Ibüümerang. One of those philosophies, again, is giving goodwill without expecting anything in return. The second one is hashtag good. Hashtag good. What is hashtag good, Mr. T. Gray?
Get out of Dallas.
No, God, I forget that he always says that. So I'm never going to ask you.
But the
that
Cowboys
question
are
again.
doing exceptionally well, so I really got to kind of leave them alone. I got to give them some credit. It actually means get out of debt, people. It means get out of debt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm never going to ask that again. So hashtag get out of debt.
Never say never because you're going to do it next week.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'm probably going to do the same thing next week.
Probably.
Yeah.
So get out of debt. So we have people that get out of debt, and we have them send in their videos whenever they get out of debt. So let's go ahead and run the video.
We're running the video.
Running the video.
Here comes the video.
Here comes the video. Wait.
Hey, good evening. So my name is Chanel Fly Eagle Delphos, and I'm excited to come to you about my good story. Listen, I had made an investment into my business by financing a laptop computer, and I was down to 2 months of payments remaining. But I'm excited because I was able to pay it off in full. I had some extra money, and instead of using that money to go get some gifts or any of that, I decided I'm gonna pay this debt off early, and I did, and I saved an extra 20, 30 something bucks or 40 bucks, I don't know, something like that I saved. But I was happy because debt is paid in full. I have been running with this philosophy: get out of debt, getting out of debt, got out of debt. So in this particular area, I had the philosophy that was given to me about get out of debt, and then I was on that road to getting out of debt, and now as far as this thing is concerned, I got out of debt. Boom!
I absolutely love that. Get out of debt, getting out of debt, got out of debt. Boom! Way to go. That was hot.
And you know, it wasn't even that much money, but it is key that these philosophies are working in your life every single day. And that's what we look for, and that's what these philosophies are all about. So that is awesome. And I love it.
That's totally hot.
Cool.
I totally love it.
Good stuff.
Way to go, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Yes.
All right. Customer corner.
Customer corner.
Sharnette Fletcher. Look at you. You booked your hotel for Dream Weekend on your iGo booking platform, and you saved $71.95 and earned 1,003 rewards credits. Dude, that's pretty darn good right there.
Right.
1,003.
1,003 rewards credits. That's a monster.
Good. All right, cool. Sharnette, awesome.
Hey, you know what?
Yes.
I'm going back to that good video.
Okay.
We gotta like grab that.
Yeah.
And we can call that good to the third.
Yeah.
Good three.
We can.
Yeah.
Good cubed.
Good cubed.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Slime Ronette Corley.
He didn't really like it.
Yeah.
He's just like moving right along.
Yeah. Moving right along here.
Yeah, he does that to my ideas all the time. Just boom.
Hey,
Just
no.
Just
Absolutely
pour cold
not.
water on my
No,
ideas.
I do not.
Just crush my ideas.
99% of
He
your
stifles
ideas,
my creativity on a daily basis.
99% of your ideas are good. They're excellent. They're awesome.
Keep it coming.
All right.
All right.
Now that's it. I'm done. Okay. Overheard a couple talking about renting a car. They said $270 for 3 days. Gave them a free Ibüümerang site. Same 3 days. Well, hold on.
Keep
What we
going.
got?
Keep going. I've got to bring the slides back up.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, man. Come on now.
All right. There we go. There we
Hey,
go. There we go.
all right. Same 3 days, $145 total, saving them $125. How about that?
Mhm.
Sly and Ronette, you guys are rocking.
Oh.
You guys, you're sapphires, but I know that this year you're getting a diamond.
Ruby
Get
Rubes coming
your
right up.
diamond. All right, good stuff. Carla Williams just flew back from Atlanta, $168 round trip to see her grandchildren. Flew the grandson back for $168 round trip, as opposed to $300+ for a round trip ticket. Now, we always say this: don't ever expect discounts on flights.
That's right.
Okay, don't expect to get money off.
That's right.
But sometimes it happens.
It
and
happens.
Carla gave us a reason to talk about flights. So
It's like
Carla,
gravy.
great job. It is. It's like gravy. Okay. Bart Bartlett.
And here we go, folks, right out of the gates in 2020.
Right? Yeah.
Picking up where we left off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saved $110.60, received $624 rewards credit, and he already booked his hotel for Accelerate.
That's
How
what
many
I'm
of
talking
you
about.
have booked your hotel for Accelerate? Hold up. How many of you have gotten your tickets for
right.
Accelerate? Put in there, if you got your tickets to Accelerate, put in hashtag got my tickets.
That's right.
Hashtag got my tickets.
Don't ask Mark Bartlett if he's going to Accelerate.
Yeah.
Not only does he
he's
have his
going.
ticket, he's got his room.
He's got his room.
That's what I'm talking about. Way
Room.
to get down to business.
Oh, I see him lighting it up. Look at that.
Look at
Hashtag
that.
got my tickets.
Got my tickets.
Yep. It's going so fast, I can't even read the names.
There you go.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Somebody said Croatia is coming. They're
Oh.
coming from as far as Croatia.
Dude, I know some people are coming from Australia, and
Australia.
New Zealand, and other places.
There's going to be a lot of people coming from France. Not
Okay.
France. France.
I don't think they appreciate that. Okay, Dominique.
That's okay. Just trying to
Dominique.
say it right.
Dominique made her reservations too to Accelerate. Total price $390.25 in Canadian dollars. Usually $500 to $600. So I think
That's another airfare.
That's another airfare.
That's another airfare.
Disclaimer: do not expect discounts on flights. And
Make sure you say that every time.
every single time.
Every
I'm saying
time,
that, because
every
the next
time.
thing you know, somebody's gonna say, "I didn't get a discount on my flight.
The flight was more expensive.
We love you. We love you. We love you, ambassadors."
Hey, you guys are showing up for flight school. I see you. I see you. Way to go,
Yeah,
guys.
Man, this is good. All right.
Awesome.
Charmaine Gregory, 2 payments of travel savings bonuses. And man, we're going
Boom.
to get into travel savings bonuses today.
Trying to tell you,
$66.60.
TSBs are real.
$47.59. She got 2.
2 of them.
2.
Count them.
2.
1, 2.
2. All right. So Charmaine's not the only one that's getting travel savings bonuses.
No.
You got to take this.
This is so exciting, right? So we've already started working on the travel savings bonuses that we are going to pay out on January 20. And here's what's about to happen. Like every month, it's just getting bigger and bigger. Every month, it's just getting more and more, right? So on the 20th, we're going to pay out 747 direct travel savings bonuses. 747 people are getting paid because their customer took a trip and saved money, right? Because remember, we only get paid when the customer saves money.
That's right.
That's our good karma,
That's cool.
right? Now, remember the next thing that happens, so 50% goes to the person whose customer it is. Then we take another 35% and we pay it in the unilevel to that person's upline. So there's an override. You have the opportunity to get an override travel savings bonus commission, and we're going to pay out 5,229 of those from Boomerang customer travel people. But wait,
There's more.
there's more. Oh, and by the way, do we have a slide for the biggest one yet?
No, we don't.
Check
No,
this out,
not
guys.
yet.
Check this out. The biggest travel savings bonus is going to go to one person, the direct bonus, right? Now, up until now, it's been about $250 or $300, right? This time, someone's getting a direct travel savings bonus for $1,600. That's right. Their customer booked a trip and saved over $3,000 on their trip, meaning that the person who got that customer is getting a bonus of $1,600. Do not let them tell you it's not real, people. It's real. I'm gonna tell you right now, you got to sell an awful lot of skin cream, shakes, skinny tea to make a $1,600 bonus from one customer. Okay, Okay.
That'd be a big order of skin cream.
That'd be
man.
a whole lot. You have to like put it all over.
Gallons.
You'd have to put skin cream on like 20 people.
No, 200.
200 people.
Okay.
Right? Okay, but I'm not finished here.
Okay.
Now remember, you also get an override bonus when your team books trips, takes trips, saves money. We had over 1,757, actually not over, we had 1,757 ambassadors that took a trip that saved money during the period that we just got paid for from our travel partner.
Beautiful.
Right? Now, 7 people, because remember, it goes into the unit level, 7 people get paid. So guess what? We're going to pay out 12,299 individual travel savings override commissions from ambassador travel on the 20th. That means 17, when you combine that, there's going to be 17,528 override travel savings bonuses and commissions paid out on the 20th. I'm just trying to tell you guys, this is happening now. It's happening every month. It's getting bigger and bigger. It's real. We told you this was going to happen, and look at the way it's folding out. So I want to congratulate each and every one of you guys, and I want to encourage you, keep getting customers. Dial it up, folks. Push harder, go faster. That's all I got to say about that. Boom, drops the mic.
Well, you know what? We have a travel savings bonus video.
We do. I love those. Okay.
Okay, you were slapping the
I messed
there, and
I moved stuff around. Dude, don't hit that button.
Yeah, I'm
Woo.
not gonna hit that button. Where
It's that one.
It's that one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right.
And
family. I'm Bart Bartlett from St. Louis, and when I think about this time of year, you know, I remember when I was a kid and the excitement I had and anticipation of opening gifts under the tree. And, you know, the same was true for the wrapped packages on my birthday. Well, folks, that excitement happens on the 20th of every month here in Ibüümerang with our travel savings bonus. One time, $96. $30, 37 cents. You know, I look in my e-wallet and find money that wasn't there yesterday. And I wonder who traveled. Then I ask myself, hashtag, who cares? Hashtag, I'm happy. Hashtag, just different. Guys, give away those Ibüümerangs. Spread that goodwill. Build your team. And I'll see you in Houston. Boom.
Absolutely love it. Love it. Way to go, Bart Bartlett, double B with the travel savings bonuses. I absolutely love it. Hey, by the way, I was looking through the chats and we have a note from our travel savings, our travel goddess.
oh, yes.
Lori Spears.
Okay.
She wants everybody to know that it is now officially wave season for travel bookings. It just started. That means that almost all the travel that's booked for the whole year is literally booked in the next 4 months. The next 4 months is a disproportionate amount of travel bookings, which means that you want to have those customers when? Right now, or as they say in Texas,
Right now.
right now, right? So you want to go ahead and get those customers. She says, hang on, lots more travel savings bonuses coming. Get those customers. Thank you, Lori, our travel goddess. That's the best advice people have gotten all day. So come on, guys, get your customers.
All right. Back to the regularly scheduled programming.
Again, I guess that was kind of a PSA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
Yeah.
PSA or TSA or
No, it's a TGSA, Travel Goddess service announcement.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Promos. All right. 5 and 25 and 3 for VIP. 5 and 25.
3 for VIP.
All right.
We're doing
That was good.
I know you like that. It
5
sounded
and
good.
25.
3 for VIP.
All right. Sponsor a minimum of 5 new ambassadors. Coach business or first class. Get a minimum of 25 new customers by December 31st. And you get invited to the CEO luncheon with Mr. Holton Buggs. Now, The 3 for VIP is you get special VIPing. Special VIPing.
VIPing.
Special VIP.
We should just make that a term. VIPing. It's just a
VIPing.
shorthand for VIP seating. VIPing.
Okay, so it's going to be the top 25 that get the 5 and 25, and then the 3 for VIP seating.
Boom, you got it.
Is going to be for Accelerate, and so we were going to end that on December 31st.
But no.
But wait,
There's more.
we're going to extend that through January.
Boom.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about, people.
So we've got some people, and we had the list run yesterday. There's a bunch of people on that list that got the 5 and 25. Okay. Now there's more than 25. It's a whole lot more than 25.
That's right.
So, but what we want to do is we want to give everybody a second chance at this. Okay. Second chance in the new year. So what we're going to do is we're going to run it through January 31. So if you want to get involved, make it happen right now. Make it happen. So get involved in the 5 and 25 and the 3 for VIP.
That's right. You guys, you want to kick it into gear because there's some folks that are just going after this. I mean, your list already has a bunch of folks who've done 5 and 25, but guess what? There are folks on there who've got 8 and 40, right? So don't never make your minimums your maximums. Always exceed, go way past it. So for those of you who haven't gotten in on the game yet, no problem. You can go ahead and jump in January. Jump in
January.
J-I-J-J. J-I-J-J. Jump in January. Go ahead, Matt.
Jump in January.
Let's make that a hashtag. Jump in January. Hashtag J-I-J-J. Anyway, you guys can go ahead and do that and get in the game right now and actually get your invite.
No, it's not J-I-J-J.
It's not?
It's
Jump
J-I-I.
J-I-I-J.
Yeah, that's
Well,
jump in January.
I'm still hooked on phonics, man. Just kind of cut a brother some slack, man. You know.
All right, no. Okay. So, but wait. We do have to say this again, though.
Okay.
We have to say again. No. Hold on. It's not that. It's not what you think I'm going to say.
What is it?
No, that's not going to work.
It's not going to work?
No.
Okay.
So what you really need to know is this. T. Gray said, you got to get going. And here's why. We're only going to take the top 25.
That's right.
It's just the top 25. So if you said, hey, I got my 5, I got my 25, that's not going to be enough.
Right.
It's not going to be enough. So you got to get more. You know, T. Gray said, hey, man, so some of the folks have 8 and 40. So they're going to be potentially in the top 25, but we're going to give a whole 31 additional days to get this done. And you guys want to be sure that you're getting as many as possible because, again, we're just going to take the top 25 because I saw the list and I said, hey, it's only the top 25 that are going to be able to get into this special luncheon.
So we're giving you a chance.
That's right. And the top 3 are going to be VIP. All right. So make sure you are rocking and rolling and making this happen.
That's right.
Good stuff.
Get in the game, folks. Get in the game.
Get in the game.
All right.
You know, we're going to talk about getting in the game.
That's right. We are.
Yeah.
It's coming up soon, folks.
Yeah.
Get your journals ready.
Yeah.
Get your people on.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Free shipping.
Boom.
Plus 10% off. So get 2 polos.
Hey.
So
sorry, we're not
hypothetically, if you got this polo and this polo, you would get 10% off and free shipping.
There you go. We're popping.
So go ahead and make sure that you're getting your polos. Get your polos. Get your polos.
Get your polos.
Now, how many of you took advantage of the white Christmas? Did you take advantage of the white Christmas?
I've got all. I've got everything.
Oh, you got it all.
I've got it all.
You got it all.
I've got the limited edition.
He's got
stuff.
it all.
Right. Like I've got the special limited edition flight crew polo.
Oh, you do. You're wearing your.
I'm wearing my flight crew
today.
polo.
What? All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right. Oh.
Okay. Hey.
Wait. That's old. That's an old one.
But you still do it though.
Can you?
You still dab.
Can you?
Hey,
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's do it.
All
right.
Go. All right.
Okay. Oh, and here we are.
It's that time.
We dabbed right into
We dabbed right into the training.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
hold on a second now.
No.
I got to give you a proper introduction.
No, you don't. I'm here.
No, but there's people that are new.
Okay.
They don't know who you are.
Hi, new people.
All right. So, Mr. Terrence T. Gray is awesome.
Thank you.
He's one half of the Tunicorns.
That's not on the cue card.
It's not on the cue card. But for those of you who don't know T. Gray, seriously though, this guy right here, years and years and decades in corporate America. He was number 26 in one of the top internet companies that came out of 2000, became the senior vice president of that company with thousands of employees all around the world, got started in network marketing, became extremely successful, became a 6- and 7-figure earner in the industry, only because he got mentored by Mr. Holton Buggs. And this gentleman now has come back into the fold. As a matter of fact, you know, he left for a while, went back into corporate America, was the senior director of a company in the energy sector, and now has come back. And it was an easy decision. And it was an easy decision for me to say, I'm coming back too, because working with this guy has been the best thing that I've ever done in my life.
Boom, baby.
So
it was easy. It was a quick decision.
It was quick. It was easy.
Holton, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey guys, I quit. I'm out.
That's right.
Deuces.
Both of us. Both of us. It was like, boom, just like that. And he is the vice president of operations here at Ibüümerang and Vibe Rides. And he is the VP of everything. Woo! Sir,
Thank you, bro.
appreciate
That was
you,
awesome.
man.
How much do I owe you for that?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's at least $25.
I'll invoice.
Oh, Kitsy's gonna send me the bill.
I'm gonna step out.
No. I want you to stick around because you know what? You may have some things to contribute because you know what?
Right.
Here's the thing. Mark said all those cool things about me. His resume is equally impressive. We both have grown up in the Holton Buggs, Edwin Haynes School of Network Marketing and created serious results. I mean, Mark was in that same first company that I was in with Holton Buggs, and we both climbed to the top levels of that company. He built a massive organization, different parts of the world, and he's got serious corporate cred as well. So this is a mega team that we've got here. We love this A team that we've put together. And what's really cool about it is that, we're not like in a lot of network marketing companies, executives who've never built. We know what it's like to be you. We've been you. We've been you. If you're a you who's brand new with nobody on your team, guess what? We've been you, right? If you're you who's got maybe 5 or 10 people on your team and you're struggling to get to the next level, guess what? We've been you, right? If you are a you who's rocking it, making the big money, you got a big team growing all over the world, guess what? We've been you too, right? So that's what's super cool about us, because we have that background. But at the same time, we're not builders who've never done corporate work, who've never been responsible, who never had corporate responsibilities trying to run a company either. Mark is an engineer. Mark is a marketing professional. I'm a business development professional as well as a marketing professional. And so guess what, guys? We understand what it takes to run the company from a pure business perspective as well. So that's what's really cool about what we're doing here. And we've got some high power training for you, because guess what? In case you didn't notice, it's January. Today is January 4 of a new year. And this is time to get back in the game, and getting back in the game is so important because, we're coming off of the holidays, not the HOLIDAYS, the HOLIDAZE, right? Because so many people, most people, their whole life, they're programmed that come, especially in America, come Thanksgiving, it's time to mentally check out, right? And even though people go back to work in between Thanksgiving and Christmas, the bodies go back to work, but the mind is not there. The mind is already celebrating and checking out and slowing down. And you know what? So many people just can't help it. Everybody around you is doing it. And so people go into slow down mode. And we know what we want to do. We want to help you. It's January. It's time to shake it off and get rocking and rolling.
Okay, before you jump in though, I want to say something. Okay.
Jumping in January. I told you.
Jump in January. First of all, some leaders did not check out.
That's
As a
right.
matter of fact, some leaders' businesses exploded during the
That's
holidays.
right.
I want to give a big shout out to Cesar.
Cesar Munoz and that team.
And they exploded.
They listen.
Yeah.
So this year is going to be really special
Mhm.
because our GMA, our Global Master Ambassador, Edwin Haynes,
Mhm.
has this week in our private meetings here in headquarters committed to once a month serious buckle down business builder training
Yep.
for the field on flight school. Okay. And I can tell you right now that right around the beginning of November 2020, I'm confident he's going to teach you how to do
Yes.
what Cesar and his team just did, which is called Cancel Christmas,
Mhm.
right? And by the way, Cancel Christmas doesn't mean that you don't celebrate Christmas and you don't take time and celebrate with your family or whatever that your holiday is, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever, right? But what it does mean is you cancel the Christmas effect on your business, which is what I was describing earlier, where things just kind of slow down, right? So whereas in so many people's businesses, it kind of slows down or even come to a screeching halt
Yes.
because of the holidays, Cesar and his team, they broke all sorts of new directors, senior directors, executive directors, sapphires, rubies, and emeralds
Yeah.
during the holidays,
It's awesome.
during the month of December. So their volume went this way, whereas a lot of people's volume went that way. We'll show you how to do that this year. But now we're going to show you.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
One more thing to say.
Okay. Uno más.
Yeah. So here's what you need to do right now.
Right now.
Right now is you need to get all of your sleepy people that may not be on this call yet. You need to get them on. So you need to start tagging them. Tag them right now in the chats and all of that.
Tag them, text
However
them,
you-
WhatsApp them,
Yep.
send a
WhatsApp.
carrier pigeon.
Yep. And get them on this call, because here's what's happening next. We're going to talk about what to do
What to do.
to get going
That's right.
right now.
Right now. So you guys ready? Get a fresh page in your journal.
Yep.
This is going to be a serious builder training. Let's jump into 8 things that you can do to get your business on track for 2020. Count them. 8. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Let's get to business. So now, as I mentioned, it's 2020 and it's time to get going. And there's 2 types of people, right at the beginning of the year, right? And there's kind of 2 types of people every morning of every day of the year. They're the people who they can't get out of bed. They're really slow and sleepy. Takes them a while to get the engine running. As a matter of fact, for some of those folks, they don't really get going until 9, 10, 11 o'clock every day. And you know what? Those are the same people that their business doesn't get going until the last week of January, the first week of February, maybe not even until April 15th, tax day. Right? So I want to challenge you guys. Which one of these folks are you? Are you the slow and sleepy person, or are you the fast and furious person who comes charging out of the gates? Are you that person who jumps out of bed every morning and says, I'm here to seize the opportunity? Are you the person who said, okay, you know what? It's January. Holiday time is over. It's time to rock and roll. It's time to get this thing going and to really start blazing. Which one are you going to be? It's time for you to get mad, M-A-D, and make a decision. Decide right now on this training as you watch this video, which of these 2 people are you? Are you slow and sleepy, or are you fast and furious? Pick one, decide right now, okay?
Fast and Furious.
All right, there you go. Mark just said he's going to be fast and furious. Kitsia, which one are you? She said she's fast and furious too,
That sounds
right?
like a question,
so
though.
yeah, I'm trying to save her. I'm trying to save her. Fast and furious.
Yes, Fast and
Yes,
Furious.
fast and furious. Right? Okay. So how do you do it though? That's really the question. People say, okay, I want to be fast and furious, but how do I be fast and furious? Right? I'm going to the next one. Okay. Well, here we go. Let's jump into our 8 ways. Way number 1. Get your mind right. So this is the first thing you're doing, right? Now, I like this picture here. This picture is an athlete, right? This is a guy, he's getting ready to play a major, serious football game. He's got his headphones on. He's getting into the zone. He's getting his game mode on, right? He is not playing. He's like, you know what? I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he had a barbecue at the house the day before, but right now he is getting into game mode. He's getting into game mode so that he can rock and roll. Yeah, I'm good. Right. So what he wants to do, what you want to do in order to do this, perfect, is it's time for you personally to break out of holiday mode. Okay. I don't know what you were doing over the holidays. Maybe you were hanging out with friends. Maybe you were hanging out with family, getting some quality time in, which is great, right? Recharge your personal, spiritual, relational batteries. Fantastic. Maybe you were watching Christmas movies and holiday movies and really getting into the spirit. Fantastic. That was great. Maybe you were all into the gift giving and the parties and the celebrations and all that stuff. That was fantastic. But now it's time to shake it off and get back into get down to business mode. Okay. Now, one of the ways that you can do that. So you see, he's got his headphones on, right? He's controlling what he's exposed to. We can bring it on. He's controlling what he's exposed to. And so what you want to do at this point in time is you want to control what you're exposed to, right? Now it's time to turn off the holiday music, all the fa la 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 la, turn that off and turn on the stuff that gets you fired up. Turn on the stuff that gets you motivated. Turn on the stuff that gets you inspired. What are you listening to? It's time to recommit to personal development. I want to challenge you to create a curriculum for yourself, whether it's flight school podcasts, whether it's personal development videos and personal development tapes, success material that you can read, that you can listen to, that you can watch. I challenge you to create a curriculum for yourself that will help you to be infinitely better in 2020 than you were in 2019. See, you know where you need to improve. Were you lazy? Listen to things that are going to help you to be more energized. Listen to things and read things that are going to help you to be more aggressive in building your business, right? Do you need to be more outgoing? Do you need things that are going to help you talk to people with more confidence? Do you need to have more confidence, period, right? Do you need to improve your work ethic? There are videos. I love the age that we live in. Anything that you want is on YouTube right now. If you go, if work ethic is a challenge for you, go ahead on youtube.com and put in work ethic. I watched a 4-minute video on work ethic on my way in. As a matter of fact, I also watched a video, an interview with Kobe Bryant about the winner's mindset and his work ethic, which it was absolutely insane. And you know what? He did a lot of the things that we're talking about. He said he went to his mountain of mentors. He said he went to Goat Mountain, right? You know what GOAT means, greatest of all time. He went to Goat Mountain, which was he went and he talked to the people who were successful before him to learn from them what they did, what their work ethic was like, what their mentality was like. So that's how Kobe Bryant, arguably one of the greatest of all time himself, that's how he did that. So the first thing is you want to definitely get your mind right and control what's going in. You want to reconnect with your why. Why are you doing this? Because that is what's going to carry you through. That's what's going to get you out of the gates. That's what's going to get you out of the bed. That's what's going to help you to do more than 5 and 25. That's what's going to help you to go that extra distance and go that extra mile. I'm going to tell you right now, the folks who are at that CEO luncheon are going to be the folks who said, you know what? I know why I'm doing this. And it's going to be more important to them than it is to anybody else. And they're going to go bigger, faster, and do more than other folks because their why is stronger. Kobe, in that interview, he talked about the guys in the NBA. He said that we're just kind of taking vacations for no reason, just kind of hanging out for no reason. He said, I'm not doing that. That's my time to practice more. That's my time to train more. That's my time to understand the game more. And so during his era, he just worked harder and he deprioritized some of the social and recreational things that other people said, hey, this is really important to me. He's like, no, what's really important to me is to be exceptional. And that's why, he's one of the greatest players of all times. So I want to challenge you guys to do that. Another thing you want to do is you want to get focused. See, that's what this guy is doing. He's getting focused on the game at hand. He's getting focused on the mission at hand. He is tuning out and saying, this is what we got to do. And you know what? He's not focused on last week's game. They may have won last week's game. They may have crushed the other team last week. They may have won last week's game 60-3, but that was last week. You know what? Last week, they may have gotten crushed 60-3. They may have been the team that got just annihilated. But you know what? That was last week's game. He's focused forward on this week's game. What are you focused on in 2020? Don't be focused on what happened in 2019. And for some of you, you know who you are. Don't be focused on what happened in the last company. It's time to stop being focused on what happened in the past. And it's time to be focused on what you can do and what you can achieve now, what you can achieve here in Ibüümerang, right? It's not time to focus on the way things were in your previous deal. Learn how things are here. Learn how to maximize the situation at hand. So number one, get your mind right, get your mind focused on the future, and get super clear on what it is that you need to do coming out of the gates in 2020. Number two, you guys ready for number two? If you're ready for number two, say number two. All right, number two is commit to learning the business this year. This is huge. Yesterday, here at headquarters, your GMA was here, VP of marketing was here, I was here, Kitsy was here, and we were standing around and we were talking about this business. And, Mark and I each had a similar experience, both very, very successful in corporate, prior to network marketing, right? But then when we got involved in network marketing, even though we were successful, even though we were pedigreed, we floundered. Mm-hmm. We met with initial failure. And I don't know about you, Mark, but for me, it was extremely frustrating. It was confusing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was difficult.
Because I thought that because I was successful in corporate, I should automatically be successful in network marketing. And I was just a monumental failure to the point where I failed in one company. I went to another company. I failed in that company. Mm-hmm. Went to another company. I failed in that company.
Well, it wasn't a company.
Right? And it definitely wasn't a company. And you know what my wife said after that? My wife, who is my biggest cheerleader, said, okay, enough. Time for you to go get another job, dude. Right? Because this obviously is not working for you. And maybe you're not designed for this. And I was actually, maybe even starting to consider that. But I'll tell you what, here's what happened. I joined that fourth company. And it was funny because it wasn't even my intention to do that. I went to this luncheon. I wasn't invited. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your GMA, Edwin Haynes, was doing a presentation that was just so amazing. And it wasn't just his presentation. It was just kind of the way everything worked. Mm-hmm. The whole setup and the system and everything was just impressive from the minute I walked in. And the fact that they were even having a luncheon was impressive. Right. And, between your GMA, your Global Master Ambassador, Edwin Haynes, and your CEO, Holton Buggs, they taught us the business of the business. See, that's a whole lot different. It's not just, there's so many people that, play basketball. What they don't understand is the business of the game. There's so many people that play football. What they don't understand is the business of the game, the mechanics of the game, the things that make the game work and make the game move and make one game different and 1 minute different than the other minute. And you know what? Holton and Edwin taught us that. We became students and we learned the business of the business. I forgot to bring my box of journals. I wanted to show you guys on screen. I'm going to bring it in one of these days and show you my journals from, when we got started there. And I've got literally a box of journals. Mark helped me.
Yeah, I moved them. Yeah. It wasn't one box. It was boxes.
Right? Because I became
and they were heavy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to be like this girl
Hey,
in the
when
picture.
you're moving again, I'm
No.
not helping.
No, you're not going to help me this time? All right, okay. Well, guys, you want to be like this girl in the picture here, right? She is in student mode. And this is so important because one of the things that Mark and I each had to do, even because we came from success. We came from, we weren't the folks that this was the last resort. We could get another job and make some good job money, right? But what we had to do is tuck our egos away and recognize that we didn't know what we don't know. And you know what? I want to challenge you guys. Student mode starts with humility. It starts with recognizing that you don't know what you don't know. I read some of the customer service letters that we get where people are incredibly critical of what we do. They're incredibly critical of flight school. They're incredibly critical of our social media. And they don't understand that it's all part of a system. It's all very strategic. It's all part of the reason that Holton Buggs and Edwin Haynes and others have created the success that they've created. This is all part of the soup. It's kind of like going into grandma's kitchen, and grandma's been throwing down for years, making a whole Thanksgiving spread by herself with one hand tied behind her back. And going into her kitchen and saying, hey, why do you do that? Why don't you clean the pots as you go? Why do you put this in there? Why do you put that in there? Why are you humming? You know what? That's going to get you kicked out of the kitchen and maybe kicked out of Thanksgiving dinner altogether, right? You don't question the secret sauce. You don't question the magic. You say, hey, you come from a different place of student mode. Hey, grandma, I see that you're doing that. What's the method behind the madness? Why is that important, right? And you know what? That's what I want to challenge you guys to do this year. Become students of the game. Learn the business of the business. Don't come here with your critical eye unless you have been able to create the same type of results that a Holton Buggs or an Edwin Haynes has been able to create. I remember I had one fall and hit your head moment. You ever have a fall and hit your head moment?
Oh, yeah.
And you just say something really stupid. And I remember back in that first company, I fell and hit my head and said something really, really dumb to Holton. And he says, hey, listen, I'm going to put it to you this way. He says, if I listen to you, I'm going to learn how to make your kind of money. And he goes, but if you listen to me, you're going to learn to make my kind of money. And he goes, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want to make your kind of money, right? And I was just like one of the moments that just stuck with me. I'm like, yeah, you know what? If he listens to me, I'm gonna decrease his income because I really don't know what I don't know. And so I want to challenge you guys to get into student mode because you're really gonna learn this year. And some of you are gonna take this part of the conversation to heart and get your greatest results ever. That's bigger than you could ever imagine in 2020. Now, what that's going to involve is that there's a system here. And what you want to do is you want to learn it. You want to learn the system and you want to duplicate the system within your team. I want to challenge you. I mean, and yes, you have the freedom and the ability to build your business whatever way you want. We're not saying you got to do it our way. We're not saying my way or the highway, but we are saying this is a proven way, right? And so you got, if you haven't created the same type of a result as a Holton Buggs or an Edwin Haynes, if you haven't done that and you're doing something different, then I got to ask you, why? What's that about? Is that about your ego? You don't need your ego. Which one do you want? You want ego or you want bigger results than you've ever been able to achieve before, right? Now it's totally up to you to choose and you get to choose whatever you want. But I want to challenge you guys, learn this system, duplicate this system, teach this system, and allow it to help you grow. I remember what Holton said about people wanting to go faster, right? And a lot of times when people want to go faster, what they're looking for are teachings or techniques or advice that's going to help them to go faster. And Holton said something that blew my mind. He said, the way I help people go faster, like if we're rowing a boat, I'm not going to teach them how to row faster. He goes, I'm going to make the water move faster, right? And for some of you guys who are like, huh, what does that mean? See, when you get all the people doing the same system, it creates a current that literally moves people to success faster than they would otherwise be able to achieve on their own. I'm an example of that, right? Because you know what? I went to another company. I didn't stay, with Holton company after company. I went and I did something else, and I created great results, bigger results than other people in that company, than most other people in that company on my own. But had I taken that energy and stayed in the system with Holton, my results literally would have been times 10, maybe 10x. Even times 20, right? Why? I would have done the same work. I would have put the same effort in, but the water was moving faster, right, in that system. So am I selling you on a system? Yeah, I really am. Am I selling you on the way that your global master ambassador is going to teach you week after week? Yeah, I'm selling you on that. I'm selling hard that, hey, give it a shot, learn it, submit, get into student mode, because our goal is to create the most success that's ever been seen in one company in this industry. Okay, so number 2, commit to learning the business this year. All right, let's bounce on to number 3. We're sharing slides here. And number 3 is to set clear goals. Set clear goals. Now, I love the training that our CEO did last week. And this is where I want to plug last week's training. I want you to go back. If you didn't see it, go back, watch the video. Go on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ibüümerang, right? It's on the iBoom Hub. It's on the podcast. Go and watch the training. We have actually trimmed out all the other stuff, so you can literally just watch the part where our CEO, Holton Buggs, trained. He did a 2020 goal setting workshop. He literally taught how to set goals. Most people, they don't make goals. They do resolutions, right? And it's funny, I saw this meme and I sent it to a few of my friends. And the meme said, I'm going to start a gym and I'm going to call it resolutions. For the first 2 weeks of the year, we'll have weight equipment. And for the rest of the year, we'll just turn it into a bar, right? Why? Because that's how most people operate, right? They make a resolution, they can't stick to it. And they make unclear, fuzzy goals like, oh, I'm going to do it big this year. Okay, well, what is that? I'm going to make a lot of money this year. Okay, what is that? I'm going to have a big team this year. Quantify it. I want to have a lot of customers. What's a lot, right? So when you set goals, you want to use the SMART method, SMART. That means your goals need to be specific. It means your goals need to be measurable. Your goals need to be achievable. They need to be realistic given your skill set and the time that you have, right? So some of you guys, this is your first ever time in network marketing. You've never done it before. You have no clue how to do it. You just signed up as an ambassador last week. It might not be realistic for you to say you're going diamond by Accelerate, which is next month, all right? So, when you set unrealistic goals, you can set yourself back. I'm not saying that you should limit yourself. I definitely want you to dream big, but dream big within the scope of where you are, right? Some of you guys should go diamond this year. You have the experience, you have the wherewithal, and you should set your sights that high. And they also should be timely, meaning they have times on them. All right, I want to go Sapphire on this date. I want to go Ruby on this date. I want to have 100 customers on this date. Okay, so that's how you set your goals using the SMART method. All right, so remember this. Hopefully, you guys are taking good notes on how to be very specific when you set your goals. So here's what we want to do in terms of the type of goals that you can set. What is your goal for the month of January? Right? So you don't want all those goals to be long range. You want to put a little bit of pressure on yourself. What is your goal for this month? What will you accomplish by 1/31/20? What is your January goal? Some of you guys, it's got to be 5 and 25. Some of you, are higher than that so that you can get into that top 25 and get invited to the CEO luncheon. Some of you guys, this is the month that you need to go Sapphire. For some of you, this is the month that you need to go Ruby, Emerald, or Diamond, okay? How many customers do you have? How many customers will you have at the end of this month? Okay. What will your rank be? And now let's look forward, not just January, but what's your goal for Q1, first quarter? So by March 31st, what's your goal, right? What's your goal for the end of Q2, Q3, and the end of Q4? What's your goal for the year? So this is how you can set some very specific goals, and you want to post them up and where you can see them every day, and you want to work toward them every single day. Okay. Now, the next one, make sure I'm not skipping anything, is to be accountable. Be accountable and to be plugged in. Get plugged into your plugged in upline. I'm gonna leave this up for a couple of seconds so you guys can get a screenshot, but you want to be accountable and you want to get plugged in to your plugged in upline. And I love this image here because guess what? We all know what happens when you plug things in, right? That's when the party starts. I remember my wife put up the Christmas tree and it was all nice and everything, right? It was fine until she plugged it in and then it lit up, right? Everything starts. You know, people go to Rockefeller Center in New York and they have the big, beautiful, oversized tree and it's all nicely decorated. And then they plug it in and it becomes a spectacle. That's when great things happen, when you get plugged in. You know, you might be cool on your own, but once you plug in, wow, amazing things can happen, right? Because number one, you have someone to be accountable to. Because when you have goals and there's no one else who knows your goal, who can hold your feet to the fire, then it's easy. The easiest person in the world to let down is yourself. You've been doing it your whole life. You've been doing it your whole life. We've all been doing it to ourselves the whole life. You know, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get up at 5 o'clock tomorrow. At 5 o'clock, the alarm clock goes off. We're like, hey, you know what? I didn't get enough sleep. Yeah, I'm going to sleep till 7 and we'll try this again tomorrow. That's just so easy. But if you say, I'm going to meet my buddies at the gym at 5:30 and you know they're going to be waiting there for you when your alarm clock goes off at 5 o'clock, it's not so easy to lay there because now you're going to let some people down. You know, you have some people waiting for you. So now you jump out of the bed. That's called accountability. It's called accountability. So you have to find someone who's in sync with you, who, you know, not somebody who's a hater, somebody who's on your team, right? And say, hey, here are my goals. This is what I want to achieve. I need you to hold me accountable. Now you have a accountability buddy, all right? And then you want to make sure that you're plugged into your plugged in upline. Here's what that means. Just because a person is above you in the tree, it doesn't mean that they're plugged in, right? So if you have somebody who, you know, maybe they're just not really doing it, they're just kind of in, but they're not really in, or they're in and they're clearly doing it their own way, you may want to just keep going up above until you find an upline who is plugged in, who's on flight school every Saturday, who's tied into the Global Master Ambassador, who's willing to take you under their wing, his or her wing, and make you a mentee. Find someone who's plugged in because they're going to teach you the system that's going to help you go. They're going to put you on one of the rowboats where the water is moving faster. Yeah. Okay. So find that plugged in.
I got a story about that. So back in the first company I was ever in, brand new to network marketing, I had 2 degrees, you know, engineering and a business and MBA, and I knew everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I didn't. So I thought I did. And so, but also my sponsor, he was in the same boat as I was. He knew everything too, because we went to MBA school together.
I know him.
Yeah, you know him. So you know what he was all about. So we were in bad shape. So we were doing everything wrong, and we were like, man, why are we not like getting to the top? So we had to jump and skip up several levels, and we went straight to Edwin Haynes.
Wow.
We went to Ed and said, Ed, man, we you know, what do we do? What do we do? And Ed is he's been with Holton for, you know, over 20 years.
That's right.
And so we got to get the information from Ed directly. And Ed helped us jump by leaps and bounds. So first of all, he said, you got 2 eyes, All right, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. He
That's
said,
right.
so stop the ears, or
Stop the
open the
mouth.
ears, stop the mouth,
Right.
open the ears, open your eyes,
Right.
and pay attention.
Right.
And so we did that. And Mr. Edwin Haynes is the one that helped us
Mm-hmm.
get to certain levels in that company. And then finally we were able to get to, Mr. Holton Buggs, and he was able to also help us, do incredible things in that company, become 6- and 7-figure earners. And it was only because we started listening, stopped talking, and got to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so critical because,
That's right.
and I was fortunate because, Mr. Buggs and Mr. Haynes were, at a different level in that company, even
Right.
though they were at some of the highest levels. Mr. Haynes and Mr. Buggs were in the top earners in that company.
That's right.
But we were able to get to them. Now it's much more difficult. So, but you have tons and tons of leaders who have grown up and grown in the industry with Mr. Haynes and with Mr. Buggs, Cesar Munoz,
Mhm.
Jose Luis Rivas,
Right.
all of these, diamonds. And so bottom line is this, get plugged into your plugged in upline. And sometimes you got to skip way up, to move way up.
To get that right person.
But I implore you,
Mhm.
you need to hear this next statement. Do not talk. Get a journal and you take notes and ask questions.
That's right.
Come prepared to your meetings. Get your flight plan calendar and make sure that you've got a flight plan calendar with you, because if you don't come in with a flight plan calendar, you're not going to get coached.
That's
You're
right.
not going to get trained. So anyways, I'm jumping
You got-
ahead.
No, you
probably.
got to listen to what he's saying though, because you know what? Because of what Mark did and what his sponsor did, when I was going through my journals the other night,
Yeah.
I came across several pages where it was a training by Mark Kithcart that I was sitting taking notes in, or a training from his sponsor that I was taking notes in. And of course, this is now after they've now plugged into Edwin Haynes, who was also coaching me, right? And this is how that happens. Now, someone is asking here in the group, well, how do I find the upline of my upline? Well, you know what? Here's how you do it. Number one, first of all, you make sure that you're plugged in, you're in the groups, and go to the events. Because usually what happens, everybody who's in Daniel Camaro's group knows they're in Daniel Camaro's group because he makes a big huddle after the event. And so if you're in that huddle, like, okay, Daniel Camaro is your upline diamond, Daniel and Talita Camaro, right? So this is how you know. Emmanuel Bursting, he does the exact same thing. Tommy Johnson does the exact same thing. Karen Hirsch is I know they're doing a big team call for their team. Guess what? If you end up getting invited to that call, very, very likely, Karen and Peter Hirsch, Blue Diamonds, are your upline. Now, you may go all the way up to them and they may send you a few layers down, right? Because you don't know who's between you and them. So
That's
you may reach out to them and say, hey, I'm looking for someone. I'm serious. I'm ready.
I got my flight plan calendar.
I got my flight plan calendar. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. I'm going to do what I'm coached to do, like Tommy Johnson did when Edwin Haynes mapped out his plan. And they may say, okay, great, fantastic. I know who your upline Sapphire is, or I know who your upline Ruby is, who's rocking it. Let me connect the two of you so that they can coach you how to, because it doesn't mean that you got to work with them. It means that they can help you find that plugged in upline who's between you and them, who can help you get your game going.
And the person who's closer to you is closer to the fire.
That's right.
And they're on fire as well. And they are pushing and rocking and rolling. So, and you want to get it as close to you as possible. So
Absolutely. So that's how you do that, folks. And that was a great question that someone put in the chat. All right. So Mark, you mentioned the Bible, the flight plan calendar. And I don't mean any sacrilege by calling this the Bible. I mean it as a descriptive term to say that this is the Bible. This needs to be the Bible of your Ibüümerang business.
Okay, so somebody just asked, how do I get the flight plan calendar? Okay.
All right.
You got to go to boomgear.com.
Boomgear.com.
And get the flight plan calendar. Can you put that in the chat?
Boom Gear is going to go in the chat right now. Boomgear.com is where you get your flight plan calendar. And here's the thing. Please hear me on this. Remember, you're in coachable, teachable, trainable mode. Do not buy just one.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what you got to do. You got to ask yourself, how many new people do you plan on personally sponsoring during the month of January? Okay. So let's suppose you plan on sponsoring 4 people in the month of January. Then guess what? You need to invest. These are $25, I believe.
Yes.
$25. You need to invest $100 into your business. You need to buy 4 of these so that you have them in hand. Okay. Now, here's what you do. I don't recommend that you give them to the new people, because here's what I've learned in time. People rarely appreciate things that they don't pay for. Okay. So if I enroll a new person, what I'm going to say to them is, okay, great. Here's our #1 tool that we're going to use to make you successful in this business. You need a flight plan calendar. I've got your flight plan calendar here so that you don't have to worry about shipping and losing time, so that you can get in the game right away. This one is yours. It's $25. And if a person doesn't want to invest $25 in the tool that's going to help them to be successful, I'm not going to work with them. Okay. But here's what happens. So I enroll my 4 people. When I get those $25 times 4, I get that $100. I don't go to lunch with it. I buy 4 more calendars.
Reinvest.
Okay. So I always have calendars on deck for my new people as soon as they enroll, so we can get down to business right away. Matter of fact, they're buying their calendar. If they sign up at a boom party, if they sign up at the local Houston meeting, they're going home with their calendar now that they've signed up. Does that make sense, guys? So this is the deal. If you're not about this, why? This is one of the things that makes the water move faster. Okay, guys? All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do with this calendar. The first thing we're going to do with this calendar is you're going to pick your plan. All right, you're going to pick your plan. So on inside the calendar, right? Inside the calendar, there's right toward the beginning, there are these 2 pages side by side. And what this does is it allows you to pick which plan you're going to run in 2020. All right. Are you going to go with the conservative plan, which is called 10 and 2? The 10 and 2 plan is an excellent plan. It will get you to the finish line, right? It's not about speed, folks. It's about finishing. So 10 and 2 is going to help you. The way it's going to work is you're going to start by getting 10 customers and enrolling 2 people. And then every month you get 10 more customers and you teach your 2 people to do 10 and 2 themselves. And if you keep doing that and you keep doing that, at the end of 12 months, you end up with 780 people on your team. You end up with over almost 8,000 customers on your team, and you're making some killer bank. And you may have felt like you were doing just a little bit, but you just kept stacking bricks on the wall one at a time. You're not getting sidetracked by other people running past you. You're just doing your 10 and 2, and you're doing your 10 and 2, and you're doing your 10 and 2, and you keep creating a 10 and 2 culture on your team. And in that particular case, slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So you may choose the 10 and 2 plan, or you may choose instead the faster plan, the more aggressive plan, which is 2020. Okay. Now 2020 is faster, not necessarily better. The reason why I want to say that is because I don't want to disqualify 10 and 2. You got to choose the plan that you can commit to. All right. So the 2020 plan is about 20 people, you personally enrolling 20 on the left and 20 on the right, and doing it at least 2 or 3 times during 2020. All right. So that means that you're going to end up personally enrolling 40 or 60 or even more people, maybe even 100 people personally during the year. And of course, getting your customers, getting into the Boom 100 Club yourself with customers. That plan has an accelerated result. Okay. So, but at the end of the day, both plans will get you to the finish line. Pick your plan, commit to your plan, and then we'll roll from there. And of course, you can start at 10 and 2. And once you get some confidence up, you can switch to the 2020 down the road. Or if you start out 2020 and you realize, you know what, maybe I'm not at that level yet. I'm not a Jedi yet. You can kind of drop down to 10 and 2 and just make sure you commit to whichever of those two plans that you choose. Okay. Here's another thing you want to do with your calendar. The next thing you want to do with your calendar is you want to take inventory. Okay. So in each month of the calendar, you have this particular page. Okay. I'll put this up. All right. So you have this page where you take inventory of who your stars are, who are the different legs of business that you're going to work with. This is how you come to those coaching sessions with your plugged in upline. They're going to tell you, draw out your group. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for you to take a picture of this page with people in it and send it to them so they know that you know who you're working with. Now, if you're brand new, guess what? It's blank. You haven't enrolled anybody yet. You don't have anybody to put in there. If you're not brand new and you have some people who are in the game, you want to put them in there. If you got one person, put them on there. If you got 10 people, put them on there. There's the left pages for the people on the left side of your dual team. The right pages for the people on the right side of your dual team. But this allows you to see, you want to get into the habit of knowing what your business looks like. You got to know your numbers to grow your numbers, okay? And then you're going to also use the calendar pages. You're going to use the calendar pages to see your activity. That's the other thing that your plugged in upline is going to want to see. Your calendar, which is going to map out when you're showing the plan, when you're doing boom parties, when you're getting customers. That's going to tell the truth. When you say, hey, I don't know, I'm not making any money, nothing's happening, I see all these people getting promoted and going to the Boom 100 Club and nothing's happening for me, they're gonna say, show me your calendar. And if your calendar looks like this one, blank, well, that's what your check is gonna look like, blank, okay? You got a blank check.
If your calendar's blank, your check's blank.
Put that in the chat, guys.
Blankety blank.
Blank calendar equal blank check. All right. So folks, that you want, the calendar is the deal. Now, several months ago, our GMA did a calendar training.
That training was incredible.
Go on YouTube, find the calendar training and watch it. Now, by the way, if you were in the business then, and you're in the business now, and you are still not the owner of a flight plan calendar and not using it in your business, you need to ask yourself, what does that say about you? Are you truly coachable, teachable, and trainable? And are you going to change that in 2020? Yeah, I know. I'm from New York. I tend to be a little direct and say the things that sometimes hurt people's feelings, but that's okay. If your feelings are hurt by that, they probably should be, right? Why don't you have, if you were coached to get a calendar months ago and you don't have one yet, you know, that might be one of the reasons that you're not having the success that you want to have, because you're slow to implement coaching, right? You want to have speed of implementation. So the things that we're teaching you today, I'm going to tell you who's going to win. You know who's going to win, Mark?
Who?
The folks who implement what we're talking about here today the fastest. Yeah. There's going to be some folks that at the end of this training are going to go and order 4, 5, 10 calendars. And I'm not trying to sell calendars. No. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing. It's not that calendars are such a monster profit center for the company. No. I'm just going to tell you, calendars are a profit center for you because of the impact that they have on your business. Okay. So let's keep moving. We got I think that was number 4.
Yes.
Let's pop on the number 5 here. Number 5 is, okay. And by the way, we're still on number 4. You want to make sure that your plan and your team's plans are in sync via the flight plan calendar. So the flight plan calendar needs to be how you and your team work together. Flight plan calendar needs to be how you and your team stay on the same page. That needs to be the language, the common language that you and your team speak. Needs to be that flight plan calendar. All right. You know, if I'm working with somebody, I don't want to see no napkin drawings. I don't want to see no paper drawings. It's all about the calendar. Show me the calendar, flight plan calendar. How many people in your team have a flight plan calendar? That is going to be an indicator of how healthy your business is. As a matter of fact, it will be a greater indicator of how healthy your business is than your volume. Mm. Some people think their volume is the #1 indicator of the health of their business. Others think that their check is the greatest indicator of the health of their business. I'm trying to tell you that those are not neither one of those is a solid indicator of how healthy your business is. A better indicator of whether your business is going the right direction or not is how many people had a calendar in your business last month versus how many people have a calendar in your business this month. How many people were on flight school last week versus how many people are on flight school this week. How many people were at Vision versus how many people are at Accelerate.
Yeah, that's huge.
Those are the indicators of how healthy your business is versus your volume. Okay, now we can go to number 5. Number 6, sorry, that was number 5. Number 6 is STP, STP. What does STP, STP mean? All right, well, let's go ahead and jump in. STP means share the product. That means boomerangs. That means customers. You guys know we're on March to a million. We're at 33%, right? How do we get to 100%? Everybody individually embraces their piece. Are you in the Boom 100 Club? If not, why not? Right? I want to give a big shout out to all of our diamonds, like Peter and Karen Hirsch, that are in the Boom 100 Club, right? When that's what is our leaders that are in the Boom 100 Club. See, that's a rite of passage. It says that you practice what you preach, right? It says that you're walking the walk, not just talking the talk. Get 100 customers. Everybody can get 100 customers once they put their mind to it, right? So get in the Boom 100 Club. How about you do that this month? I'll tell you what, if you do that this month, we're going to hit our million. Everybody get in the Boom 100 Club. And remember, it's worth it. In the presentation, we use this example of, what if your customer saved $600 a year, whether that was one trip or a bunch of trips, and you had 10 customers. 10 times 600 is 6,000. Since these are your customers, you get 50%, you just made $3,000. Well, you know what? We got one person who's about to make $1,060 from one trip, from one customer, one customer that saved $3,000, not 600, 3,000, right? And that's not to say that all the savings are that big. Some folks are going to get a check for 3 cents. Some people are going to get a check for 30 cents. Some people are going to get a check for $30. Some people are going to get a check for $300. Okay, that's okay. As a matter of fact, for the first time, I think we have 27 people getting a check over $100 this time. That number's going like this every single month, right? But the bottom line, the point that I'm trying to make is you got to be in it to win it. You got to have a lot of customers. Holton did that training when we were in Cancun. And it was the first time he did the pipeline training. And that was the first time he did the 10 and 2 training. And what he was saying is that you can't control when your customer is going to travel. So what do? You build a lot of customers. If you have a lot of customers, if you have 100 customers personally, if you have 200 customers personally, if you have 500 customers personally, then guess what? You'll get to the place where every month customers are completing travel and every month you're earning a bonus. Right? That's how you fill up your pipeline. So you got to share the product so that you can get customers. The other STP is this. You want to show the plan. You want to show the plan. What is showing the plan? That's sharing the Ibüümerang opportunity with people, right? And I know some folks got really excited because we launched Vibe Rides, and Vibe Rides is fantastic. We're going to blow that out, and we're continuing to work on the technology to make that right. We'll have the drivers on the road ASAP. But don't get distracted. The bigger opportunity is still Ibüümerang. That's the core, right? So you want to show the Ibüümerang opportunity to people every day. You want to be sending out I Decides every day. I sound like the voiceover from I Decides every day, right? You want to be doing boom parties, also known as good parties. You want to be doing those every day, at least 4 times a week. See, some folks are going to do that, and some folks are not. There's going to be a difference in the results. You want to be using our daily Facebook Live presentations. And I want to tell you something about our Facebook Live presentations. We're in our promos. Last year in 2019, we would promote, we'd say, hey, we're doing a presentation at 11 a.m. Central, and Tanya Mizell Joseph is going to be doing the presentation. Well, guess what? In 2020, we're just saying, hey, we're doing a presentation at 11 a.m. All right, so we're taking the names off. Why? Because here's what we've done in 2020. We built a world-class presentation team. Our presenter bench is the deepest in the industry. We don't let anybody present that isn't good. So now we're just saying, hey, there's a presentation at 11. There's a presentation at whatever other time. This one's in English. This one's in Spanish. This one's in Polish. This one's in French. And you can go with confidence and put people on whatever presentation is being done, knowing that we always put our best foot forward with somebody good, right? So that's showing the plans, folks. You want to see how many people do you have each week that are STP, another STP,
Yep.
seeing the plan. All right, what you got?
I want to give a big shout out to Diamond Executive, Mr. William Thurston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him showing it. What is he doing? Showing the plan.
Showing the plan. Hashtag living rooms and dens.
That's right.
This is where it all happens.
That's where it goes
So
down.
it's the good parties. Get your boom and good parties set up. And as T. Gray said, at least 4 a week. And Mr. Edwin Haynes, the Global Master Ambassador, did a training on how to go Sapphire doing 4 good parties a week. Okay? So it's 5 and 1,000, the 2 numbers you need to know. I'm not going to give away the rest of it. You got to go back and watch the training on YouTube. So, but that training talks about 4 good parties. Mr. William Thurston, Diamond Executive, hats off to you, man. You are rocking and rolling and getting into the living rooms and dens where it all starts. It all starts there.
It all starts in the living rooms and dens. And if you want to understand why the Cesar Munozes of the world, why the Johnny Wimbrys and Michael Jackson's new diamonds of the world, the Tommy Johnsons of the world are having such incredible results, they're having it because there's an awful lot of showing the plan that they do themselves, whether it's living rooms and dens, Zooms, hotel meetings, whatever it is that they're doing. They've got the most insane schedule. They're putting it all in. They're going all in like Kobe Bryant did. And that's why they're getting these disproportionately good results. And the leaders in their teams are emulating that as sapphires, rubies, and emeralds and getting the same type of results on their teams as well. All right. So I want to encourage you guys to make sure that you have a healthy dose of showing the plan.
One thing I need to mention is we do have a lot of new folks on. And here's how I know. What is an I decide? So I'm gonna send a link out, but on iBoom Hub, there are a series of ambassador orientation trainings. Okay, there are 6 of them, and those trainings will walk you through your first 6 days in the business.
Let me jump in here for a second.
Yep.
So let's take a beat for a second. If we have new people that don't know what an I decide is, 2 things are happening. Number 1, they're not opening your email. What I want to challenge you guys is make sure that you are looking for any communication from the company. All right. So you want to go into your email and you want to make sure that at iboomerang.com is on your safe sender list, your white list, whatever. So it doesn't go to your junk. It doesn't go to your spam, and any emails that we send you get. You want to tell your new people to look for our emails, because guess what? We are sending every new person that joins the company an email every day for their first 6 days at this point with one of those trainings that you'll find under ambassador orientation. And I think it's the 4th one, or it might be the 4th one, that's how to send an I decide. Okay, so that means that folks are not seeing our emails. The second thing that it means is that sponsors are not taking responsibility. Okay, remember, I'm from New York. I tend to shoot straight. The word sponsor and the word responsibility are really close. So sponsoring someone is not about the fast start bonus. That's cute. It's nice. It's to give you some upfront money. Okay. Sponsoring someone isn't about the dual team bonus. Again, it's just to give you some upfront money right? Sponsoring someone is about launching someone in the business, taking responsibility for them getting off to the right start. And if you're bringing people in and you are not sending them the link to the ambassador orientation training page and saying, watch all of these and then let's talk, you're letting your new people down. Every new person that you personally enroll should know how to send a boomerang. They should know how to send an I-Decide. They should understand the value of their monthly subscription. They should know how to get off to a fast start. They should understand the basics of the comp plan, because those are all covered in those short ambassador orientation trainings. So I want to challenge you in 2020 to be a better sponsor, to be a great sponsor by taking responsibility for making sure your people get off. They get a flight plan calendar, they get the link to those trainings, and that's what we meant when we said learn and duplicate the system. All right, understand the business of the business. All right, it's not just get them in, it's make sure that you take responsibility for putting them on track. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is number 7, maximize the big event. All right, so this picture here is a picture of our first big event, which was absolutely insane. And I want to leave it up for just 1 second, because you know what? We had so many people. How many people do we have at this? 30. We had 30,000 people already in the company, right? And we had thousands of people who actually came to this event. And everybody that we spoke to, this event, and some of them had already went diamond and blue diamond, and ruby and emerald and sapphire. And so they obviously believed enough to build, and some of them built it big. But every last person that we spoke to said that this event really helped them to see that Ibüümerang is real. Every last person that we spoke to, this event is where they made the big decision to go all the way. And I'm here to challenge you that nothing builds belief better or bigger than an event. Nothing. Even those of you who are a little bit stoic and you feel like, oh, I don't need all that rah-rah, and nobody needs all that pump up stuff. And I won't even dare to tell you the word that someone used in one of the emails to describe, this kind of thing, but it wasn't very complimentary. But there's so many people that just think that this is not necessary. But then again, those people tend to have very small businesses. They tend to be very grouchy because they're not getting the results that they want, right? So I want to challenge you. There's a reason for this, and you want to make these events part of your business strategy. Can you please write that in your notes? Events are a critical part of my business strategy. The day that we decide we're not doing events is the day you should be extremely angry with us, because this is a key part of your business strategy, right? So that day is, by the way, not coming, because Holton Buggs and Edwin Haynes, they understand better than anybody how important these events are. Cesar Munoz understands, Cesar and Rodolfo and Esteban and Daniel, these guys understand the power of events so big that, so they have a huge organization in Mexico, and it's not easy for everybody in Mexico to come to the United States. So what do? They got with Holton Buggs and Edwin Haynes and said, hey, we need to host our own big event where you guys come and support that event, which they did. And that event was called Decide, right, in LATAM. And they had people come from all over Latin America, from Mexico, from Peru, from Ecuador, to come to this event. And they had almost a couple of thousand people. Oh yeah, at this event. I think it was over 2,000. Right? Okay, over 2,000 people at this event, so that because they understand the power of the event, and they got together as diamonds and they spent some serious money because they understand that these events are crucial to your business strategy. So if you're turning up your nose at events, if you feel like you can skip events, that is a critical mistake in your business judgment. You don't understand the business of the business yet, okay? Sometimes what people will say Mark, I've had people say this to me. Well, listen, when I start making money, I'll start going to the events.
Yeah.
And what I challenge them is, let's flip that around. When you start going to events, that's when you're gonna start making money.
Yeah. So, quick story. I had made zero money. As a matter of fact, I had signed up in the first company at the lowest level, $99. And, you know, my sponsor said, hey, man, you got to go to the event.
So you were at standby, essentially.
Yeah, I was at standby, exactly what I was at. And he said, hey, man, we got to go to this event. And I said, no, I'm not going to any event. I haven't made any money yet. And he said, well, you know, let's at least go. And I was like, no, I'm not going. And I said, well, where is it? And he said, in Florida. And I said, oh, heck no, I'm not going. So we ended up going to the event. And guess what? That was the catalyst. I immediately went to I went to a first class package and started building. Now, we didn't listen a lot still, because we were such babies in the business. But once we started listening, then things started happening. But it was the event that changed everything.
Wow. Hey, folks, that's all I can tell you. So here's what you need to be doing in terms of goals. You need to really be thinking about how many people on your team will you have at this event? Okay. How many people on your team will be at the event? All right. Now I want to take you to the next level. Here's the next level concept. First level concept is how many people from my team? You might have a small team. You might have 5 people in your team. If you have 5 people in your team, I challenge you to go 5 for 5. Okay. When you start to have bigger teams, then you get into percentages. You know, maybe you have 1,000 people in your team. You'd love to have 1,000, but you might not have all 1,000 show up at the event. Okay, you guys see where I'm going with that? But now here's the next thing. Man, this is good. You ready?
I'm ready.
How many different legs of business will you have at the event? Okay, what do I mean by legs of business? Okay, let me get my calendar out because I'm going to show you what a leg of business is with the calendar. Okay. So yes, you have a dual team, but each person that you personally enroll starts a new leg, right? So when you look at your calendar and you see the stars represent people that you personally enrolled. Okay. So if you have enrolled 5 people, you'll have 5 of those stars are going to have names in them. And that means you have 5 legs of business. And you know what? If you have people from each of those legs at the event, guess what? You have 5 legs of business represented at the event, which means that you now have the opportunity to have your business explode in 5 different places. And that's going to be what helps you accelerate to emerald and diamond and beyond. So how many different legs of business will you have represented at each event? See, I had no clue about this stuff before I met Holton Buggs and Edwin Hayes. This is the business of the business. This is the stuff you're going to learn in 2020 if you go up to flight school every week. This is the stuff that our global master ambassador is going to literally, he's designing a curriculum right now. Once a month, he's going to come and lay the business of the business smackdown and teach you how to do this. And of course, our CEO will drop in from time to time and with some serious mind-blowing Uber concepts.
So our GMA, he's training next week, right?
Next week.
Next week.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
First one.
So here it is. And these are significant trainings.
School starts
next
Saturday.
Yeah.
Will you be there? How many of your people will be there? Are you going to wait until Saturday morning to promote? Some of you guys are going to do that. And you're going to have smaller results than you could have had. Then if you start today, when this training is over, say, hey, you know what? You missed it. Watch this and go ahead and make it a priority. Put this on your calendar. You and I have a date. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central. Meet me on Facebook Live for the first installment of Business of the Business training from our Global Master Ambassador. Okay? Cool. All right. Let's keep this thing rolling. The mouse will show up. Where's the mouse? There we go. Boom. All right. Last but not least.
8. Woo.
And most important is this.
Yeah.
You got to get into action.
This is all good.
Right?
Maybe you took notes. That's not enough.
That's not enough. Right? You can put gas in the car. You can get the car washed. But if you don't put it in drive and get it on the road, all you got is a clean, gassed up car, right? And so you don't want to just take all this knowledge and just be, you know, getting ready to get ready to get ready. Okay. You got to actually get into action. You got to get out there. And as they say, it's really deep and profound. Do something. You got to get out there and do something, right? You got to do something. Get out there and start talking to people, showing the plan, right? Get into action. This is the one that makes everything happen. Everything else is about getting ready for this. And this is the part where you actually do the things that we talked about doing. And guess what? When you get into action, guess what's going to happen? You are going to make some mistakes. There's a lot of what we're going to teach you how to do, and what your leaders, these diamonds, are going to teach you how to do. And our global master ambassador and CEO are going to teach you how to do, that you're going to do for the first time. In the beginning, you're going to be terrible at it.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to downright suck.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you, right?
Yeah.
But the key is, don't quit. Don't get too discouraged. Just dust yourself off and try again.
Yeah.
That's a song.
Yeah.
Right? Dust yourself off and try again. And just keep on and do better the next time and do better the next time. And before you know it, you'll be doing amazing things effortlessly because you didn't give up. But you got to take that first step. You got to get into action. So, folks, there you go. 8 ways that you can get your 2020 off to a rocking start. Wanted to share that with you guys. Go ahead and put in your calendar right now, next week, Saturday, right now, that you're going to be, you and your team. By the way, here's a way of looking at it.
What's that?
How many different legs of business do you have on flight school each week?
Ooh.
All right. How many different legs of business do you have on flight school each week? I'm going to tell you right now, the person with the most legs of business represented on flight school each week is winning. They are winning. I can tell you right now. All right. So I want to challenge you guys to absolutely go ahead and take this training and go ahead and rock it. So anyway, that's that.
Cool.
Yeah. All right.
That was awesome.
All right. All right.
Give myself a 5.
So silly. All right, cool. I believe we have some more stuff.
Yeah, we do. Well, you're not sharing.
I'm not?
No.
Okay.
Oh, and there you go.
There you go.
Okay. Okay, so you have a case of the DTRTs, right?
I do. And it's spreading.
I do. We do this every Saturday. So for some of you folks, you know, it's good that you do that every time, because some of the new folks, they're like, DTRTs?
Exactly.
What the heck is that?
Exactly.
And then you get to say what you say.
Right.
And then I say, put some cream on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, you know what? You want a case of the DTRTs. What are the DTRTs?
Doing the right thing, baby.
Hashtag doing the right things.
Exactly.
Okay. So for our recognition, though, for flight school, we've got something called Spot Gun Top Light.
Also known as Top Gun Spotlight.
Yes. So, and that's part of the DTRTs. We want to catch you doing the right things. And when we catch you doing the right things, we put you on Top Gun Spotlight. And this is part of who we are. We want to celebrate your wins with you and with others here on Flight School. So, but there is a little bit of criteria. No pictures of computer screens. Don't want those, because sometimes people don't want their name up there. And then it's got to be a good quality image.
And can I add this?
Oh, sure.
Tell us where you are.
Oh, yeah. Please.
Tell us where you are. It's like we got a lot of pictures of people doing good parties and boom parties, and don't tell us where they are. So make sure you tell us where you are.
Yep. Also, I want to point your attention to the picture. Look at that. You guys are pretty.
That's Diamond Sam Bean.
Diamond Sam Bean doing the V for Vibe Rides.
That's right.
And you're doing the boom for Ibüümerang.
That's right. Yes.
And I'll tell
you got
you
our boom gear on.
Yep.
But you know what I like about that picture?
What do you like?
It's not blurry.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
clear.
It's clear.
The camera lens was clean.
Yeah. Your heads are shiny.
All right. Guess who's on timeout? This one right here. All right. Flag on the play. Personal foul. Unnecessary shiny head joke. 5-yard penalty. First down. All right, come on back in here.
Okay. Because I know you don't want to read these names.
You sure know
Yeah.
I don't want to.
All right. Spot gun top light or Top Gun Spotlight, whatever you want to call it. Mardon over in Uzbekistan. You know what? How many sapphires broke over in, I think it was Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan. So I think it was like 4.
The stands are on fire.
Yeah, the stands are on fire. Oh, speaking of fires, I am so sorry. Australia, you know, our hearts go out to you. I know you guys are having a tough time over there, but I know you guys are still rocking and rolling, building your Ibüümerang businesses. So our hearts are with you, you know, so just be safe, do the right thing. If you need to evacuate, evacuate. So
yeah, our prayers and our hearts are with our Ibüümerang family and all the people in Australia who are dealing with those wildfires right now.
Yeah.
It's not, it's bad
tough.
scene. It's a bad scene.
Bad. All right. Now, the folks here in Australia, Leon sent me the proper pronunciations, so I didn't mess it up.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's Sina,
Okay.
Hannah, Lisa, got those.
Okay.
And then it was Minay.
Ooh.
I would have never gotten that. I'd have said Mina. So,
Right,
so
yeah.
thank you, Leon, for sending me that pronunciation, Minay,
Mhm.
Royal, Leon, Julie, and Nawe.
man.
No, excuse me. I'm sorry. Nawai.
There's no way.
Yeah, I would have not gotten that. So,
It wouldn't do. Yeah, that would.
Leon, thank you.
Way to go, Leon.
You're the
Appreciate you for
best,
that.
man.
Because I'm telling you, every week when he does this section, names are just getting slaughtered.
Yeah.
Choppity chopped.
I kill a few names.
Yeah.
Okay, Lois and DDA Coffee out in San Diego, and Amy and Joe Rogan.
The Rolling Rogans.
Yeah, the Rolling Rogans. They went to San Diego for Christmas.
Look at
Isn't
that.
that great?
Nice.
They're rolling. All right. Alicia, Kiara, Bolivian, yes, and Linda and Latanya.
I'm looking at the Facebook chat. Bolivian thought that your shiny head joke was really funny.
Yeah.
Bolivian, you're on timeout too. Okay.
You know what? No, you're not. You're off timeout, Bolivian. Okay. All right. I got you. Whoop. Hold on. Got the what happened? Got the beep. All right, there we go. Imoni and Jackie Pippins in Atlanta, Georgia.
Diamonds
Awesome
on the
job.
move.
Yep, Diamonds on the move. And it looks like a hashtag
Living rooms and dens.
living rooms and dens.
That's right.
Yep. Camilla, Elaine Harris, Alicia Yarborough, David Guilty, Sharon, and Jackie Underwood over in Wisconsin. You know, now that looks like Chicago. I think that's Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Chicago.
But it looks like a doctor's office or something.
No, that's the place they go to every I think it's every Monday.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think they're there every Monday.
Oh, cool.
And Elaine and David, they're the dynamic duo.
Absolutely.
Call them the
Future
dynamic duo.
diamonds.
Yes, sir.
Future diamonds.
All right, Nancy and Dorcas over in Chicago, Illinois. Those two might have gotten swapped. So, anyways,
There you go.
rocking and rolling. And that was a 3-way call that she was doing there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, Rita out in Los Angeles, California. Look at you.
Sharing the product.
Go, go, go. Andre Park.
Oh, look at that. That's 2 weeks in a row with Andre
It's 2
Park.
weeks
He's
in
on
a row,
fire.
Andre.
Watch
Yeah,
him.
what-
Watch him.
He's a little bit on fire there out
That's
there
right.
in Orlando.
People
Charles
tend to
Marion.
go from Top Gun Spotlight to top of the charts.
That's true. I like that. All right, out in Orlando, Florida, making it happen. All right, Oscar, James, Kevin, Jacqueline, and Darius in McDonough, Georgia.
Nice.
Look at you. All right,
Go.
good
Way
to
to
go.
go. Way to go.
There it is. Okay, Mario, Stacy, Joanne, Rosanna, Eulina, Trula, Mila, Michelle, and Michelle. Hey, all right, 2
There you go.
Michelles.
There you go.
And we don't know where you are. So, but congratulations for being on Top Gun Spotlight, Vita. And there we go again, Jackie and Jayla. Look at you.
Diamonds on the move.
Diamonds on the move, man. They are always rocking and rolling.
Yo.
I saw something just the other day where Jayla is going to be doing something. It's a special event for millennials.
She's doing a millennial, like 2020 entrepreneurship deal. Way to go, Jayla. That's
Good
what
for
I'm
you.
talking about.
Nice job. Larry, Latoya, Patrick, Patricia, Monica, Dale, Denise, Keith, and Lorraine in Tampa, Florida. And look at that. Living rooms and dens.
Hashtag
Yes, sir.
living rooms and dens.
All right, we're moving into the Boom 100 Club. Hey, we're
Wow.
rocking on this.
We are.
So
This is getting bigger and bigger
It's
each week.
bigger and bigger. It took 2 slides this week. Donna, Karen, and Denisha. Did you see what I did there? I actually, Denisha was further down, and I moved her up. So I could say Donna, Karen, Tanisha, and Denisha.
Because you know what? You had to let your inner rapper
Yeah.
just shine a little bit.
Yeah. Landon, Charnette, Drina, Beverly, and LaTanya Johnson rocking and rolling on the Boom 100 Club. This is the first step on your way to the Boom 1000 Club. So again, Boom 100, Beverly, Bolivian, Linda, Nora, Chanel, Cynthia, Brian, and Kiara. Look at you. Kiara, you go.
Way to go, Kiara. She's in Houston.
Yeah.
Way to go.
She's at all these
H-Town.
Thursday night events.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Boom 200 Club. Jacqueline, Alan, and Kay, and Alfonso. Go 49ers. Boom 300 Club. Katie, Lind. You get both names read when you get the Boom 300 Club.
There you go.
Yeah, Katie.
Way to go.
Boom 400 Club. Betty Jo Nichols, and Felice Murray, Terry and Felicia Gramo. All right. Boom 400. And Boom 700 Club. Teresa and Sam Williams.
I like this is the first time I've seen this slide ever.
Yeah.
Boom 700.
Yeah, Boom 7.
Yeah, I think everybody else kind of skipped over 7, but way to go, Teresa and Sam. You created a new club.
Yep. And we got a couple of folks in over the Boom 1000 Club at this point.
Stop.
Yeah.
Love
Well, not yet. I mean, we already have that. So we've got
Right.
people who are in the Boom 1000 plus club.
Very nice.
All right. And what does that all add up to? March to a million.
March to a
So
million.
we are at 334,669, and that's activated boomerangs.
Mm.
What does that mean? That means we are 33% to our goal to march to a million. What is march to a million?
1 million customers by March.
By the end of March.
By the end of March.
All right. So we're going to rock and roll. We're going to get there. And the other thing it means is 334,669 servings of proper nutrition have been given to children around the world. So that's just through the activated boomerangs. We also have the ability to donate in the back office.
Mhm.
Up at the top, when you log into your back office, there's something up there, little icon that says the Boom Foundation. Go ahead, get back there, donate, donate, donate. And you know what? We don't have the numbers, the updated numbers yet, but we were going for 5 million servings by December 31st. Not sure if we got there yet. We're still tallying it up. We will let you know next Saturday at Mr. Edwin Haynes training. So be on flight school next week. We can know if we broke the 5 million
That's right.
mark.
That's right. And you know, it's so funny. I'm checking the chats out.
Mhm.
And what somebody here say? Some said some have the inner rapper shine and some have the head shine. We are all unique, T. Gray. I just want to see who that person is so we can go ahead and shut their back office down. We're going to turn off your back office. You squeegee. and then I got a message from Lori. She sent me a picture. She's watching us on her brand new 75-inch TV. So we look huge on her TV for flight school.
Wow.
I love it.
Like it,
And
I
you know,
like it.
that's how people watch us. You know, they have their coffee, their breakfast, and they're chilling with us on Saturday morning. We love it.
Love it, love it. Hey,
Get your commemorative album.
get it? So here's the deal. At Accelerate,
Mhm.
you bring your commemorative album and get the signatures of all of the leaders. Use it as an autograph book. It's like a yearbook. Remember, you brought your yearbook around at the end of school, got all the signatures.
Our CEO, on a couple of weeks ago on flight school,
Yeah.
showed how this is not just a coffee table piece.
Mhm.
This is a business building
It
tool,
is. It is.
right? This is amazing. The way he showed that was
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it, go back 2 weeks and take a look at flight school when our CEO just kind of popped in. He just kind of did a cameo appearance, but he ended up talking a little bit about how to use the commemorative album to build your
Absolutely.
business.
Cool, cool, cool. And finally, here we are, getting to the end of the training here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Accelerate. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to light up the chats.
Light it
Who
up.
is going to Accelerate? If you got your ticket to Accelerate, go ahead and put in there, got my ticket.
Got my
Hashtag
ticket.
got my ticket.
Now, hey
Hashtag.
folks, we just want to remind you of a couple of quick things. Number one, the price for Accelerate tickets, if you're already in the business, is $179 right now. And I can tell you right now that a price increase is imminent.
Okay.
It is imminent. So you want to go ahead and acquire your ticket if you have not done so. Go in your back office, click the banner, acquire your ticket. All right, or click on events, acquire your ticket. Now, let's make sure that we don't do our new people a disservice, because we are still running the Accelerate promo for brand new people enrolling at Coach or higher. So that means if you have a new person join your team at Coach, Business Class, or First Class, as part of their enrollment process, they are presented the opportunity to purchase this ticket for just $50. That's our gift to them, that massive 80% discount, right? Because normal full price is $299, and we'll get there. You know, being able to buy this ticket for just $50 is our gift to them as a new person, because we know how important these events are to the longevity and the success of a new person in Ibüümerang. So don't chicken out and not encourage them to buy the $50 ticket. You want to make sure that they know they have that opportunity, because guess what? It's only presented one time. At the end of the enrollment process, it says, do you want this ticket? If they say no, it says, are you sure you don't want to grab this at $50? Because you're going to end up paying $179 or $99 or $299 later on. And then, you know, then they can continue the process. So when people hit us up and say, I didn't see it. No, you saw it, right? So encourage your new people to grab this ticket. And again, remember, you're thinking strategically, how many people on my team are going to be at the events? How many different legs of business am I going to have represented at these events? And one of the ways you do that is you don't miss this opportunity to get people there.
Yeah, Susan Ballantyne, she's making up hashtags. Got my ticket first day.
There you go.
You go, Susan.
Somebody says, how new should the new person be? They can only buy this ticket when they're signing up. They're like brand spanking new. Ink is not even dry on their application. You know, they just came out of the pool. So that's how new, right? And by the way, that's when people are starting to make big decisions. You need to let them know, hey, you need to do a couple of things. Here's your flight plan calendar, get your ticket, let's rock and roll. You said you want to succeed, right? They didn't get in to lose. They got in to win. So let's give them what they need to win.
Awesome. Anthony Brandon says he's going to get mine.
Yeah.
Where does he go to get his?
Links in the chat.
Links in the chat.
Links in the chat.
Links in the chat. Links in the chat.
Sweet.
Just look in the chat. It's right there for you. Click on it and you can get your ticket. All right.
Go.
All right. Do we have anything else?
You know what? We're done.
It's been a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Everybody's got what they
I'm
need.
so glad I'm back.
So you know what time it is? I'm so glad you're back too.
I'm so glad. Got to wipe your forehead off.
When Mark was gone, we were just like hanging out in his office because we missed him. You know? Yeah, we were really sad and just missing Mark. So in any event, I'll tell you what, let's just close out on this slide here.
Take action. Get into action.
Guess what, guys and ladies? It is time to get into action. So we want to encourage you guys, let's go ahead and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Let's make this one of our biggest weekends ever. As a matter of fact, let's make it our biggest weekend ever, followed by our biggest week ever. And we'll see you guys again Saturday.
Do it now. Get into action now. Today, this minute, as soon as we get off this call.
Right now.
Right now.
All right. Love you guys. See ya. Boom.